I want you to imagine a line. It has to be made up of 2 points, the start and the finish. But what about the middle and what about the entire line? You know what? Scratch that. Better get, let's think about being 3. 3 years old and you're just starting preschool. You are learning how to count to 10. Numbers are kind of new to you, and sometimes you forget about a few of them. Maybe your parents or your big siblings or your teacher are really good at counting to 10. And that's okay. They can help you so that someday you'll be good at counting to 10 too. Stay with me. Keep the scene in the back of your head, but don't forget it. Next, we're going to talk about Vygotsky and intersubjectivity in group work. Intersubjectivity is when multiple parties collaborate or bring their individual and differing knowledge to the situation and come to a mutual agreement. This involves each person, having to see from the other person's point of view or perspective during this process. Vygotsky's intersubjectivity is the collaboration that has to happen in order for group work to be successful. Then there's scaffolding, and scaffolding can assist with group learning. Scaffolding is like temporary help. It's like when someone helps you or provides help to someone, but it's not forever. It's just to help you do something in that moment or for as long as you need it before you can do it on your own. Typically, this can refer to getting help from someone older or more capable at doing that task or performing that role more than the person or the individual requiring the assistance. Group learning is an opportunity to pair those with a more mastery level of the content with individuals who may need a little more practice. Some of the group receives a different teaching method that may be beneficial to them. The other members, they may further their own understanding by having to explain it to someone else. In other words, group learning can benefit from members being able to assist one another. Now, then there's internalization. Internalization also plays a role in group learning. Internalization describes the development from the individual needing help to when they no longer need that help to perform the same task. All right, that was a lot of information. But do you remember trying to count to 10? Since you just turned 3, you can't do it alone yet. You still forget about 5 and 8 sometimes, and you still require help. Do you remember Vygotsky's intersubjectivity? It's the collaboration that has to happen in order for this group work to be successful. And your teacher, your parents, or your big siblings, they know how to do this task. They know how to count to 10, and you and these role models have different knowledge, and it will come together to help you learn how to count. Now, you and your role models may have different knowledge bases, but neither one of you has to compromise in order for you to learn how to count to 10. In fact, your role models actually take into consideration your age, your current knowledge. You may think about how your role models are older. You may think that they're smarter, and you may think that grown-ups must know what they're talking about because they're grown-ups. You each are considering one another while achieving this goal of you counting to 10. Scaffolding describes how you help or how the help you need right now is only temporary. You need the help right now because you're 3, numbers are new, and counting can be tricky. But one day you will be a grown-up and you won't need help to count to 10. In fact, you will be able to scaffold for someone else one day. Internalization describes your development from when you needed help to when you no longer needed it. Maybe it took 5 minutes, a week, a year. No matter how much time passed, you got from one place to the other, and you didn't need help anymore. Now, this may just be one example, but we experience so many others every single day. Perhaps you can think of one, two, three, or four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I bet you can even think of 10.